In the hours leading up to tonight's Raw, WWE superstar Dominik Mysterio replied to a touching statement that Liv Morgan posted on X/Twitter. In the photo that Morgan shared, Mysterio is seen turning off the camera as she embraces him. On screen, Mysterio and Liv have been in a relationship for a while. Dominik betrayed Rhea Ripley and went backstage with Liv at SummerSlam 2024, where their love affair started as an enraged Nightmare watched helplessly. The WWE Universe's response to the on-screen romance between Dominik and Liv Morgan has been rather divided over the last many months. Some viewers missed the days when Dirty Dom was completely smitten with Mommy, while others thought their chemistry was hilarious. The protracted narrative between the Eradicator and Liv Morgan came to a close when the Eradicator won the Women's World title during the Raw Netflix launch. In addition, after her victory, she stormed the ring and assaulted Dominik. Unprecedented levels of Monday night excitement pervaded the WWE Universe. As the stadium erupted in cheers from the seated spectators, their voices resounded in the high ceiling. While Monday Night Raw was going on, something far more interesting was happening behind the scenes. Liv Morgan sent out a mysterious message on X only minutes before the Judgment Day segment. Us against the world. The post caused quite a stir on social media. Who was us? Was the burning question in everyone's thoughts. And her meaning? As he sat in the locker room for Judgment Day, Dominik Mysterio fiddled with his phone. When he noticed Liv's message, his normally arrogant attitude waned, which was a rare occurrence for him. The atmosphere changed, he sensed. This was a statement, not a casual social media post. And he knew it. An assertion. Above all else, it was aimed squarely at him. A confrontation fraught with tension. Chapter 2. The arrival of Judgment Day, with their seeming domination, occurred as Raw progressed. Dominik, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest stood commandingly in the middle of the ring. But the ear-piercing boos weren't on Dominik's mind. It was her. Right after that, her song started to smash. As she strode onto the stage, Liv Morgan flashed her trademark grin and donned her trademark leather jacket. She took her time. She seemed confident. She was well aware of her actions. The audience went wild with wonder, astonishment, and bewilderment. A scowl formed on Rhea's face as she crossed her arms. Finn and Damian looked at each other suspiciously. Will Dominik be exempt? He did not move. Liv snatched a microphone. All right, Dom, she said. I suppose you noticed my brief message? As they met eyes. Nervously, Dominik swallowed. In an attempt to conceal his anger, he questioned, What brings you to this place, Liv? However, his tone of voice revealed his true feelings. That was Liv's sly grin. I think you know the answer to that, she pointed out. What about us? When we talk, we get each other. We have perpetually been the ones they have mistrusted and undervalued. We are still here. For the better. Much better. All set to claim ours. Putting a shielding hand on Dominik's shoulder, Rhea advanced a step. Morgan, I don't think you should bother. It's Dom with us. Before returning to Dominik, Liv's gaze flitted to Rhea's hand. Are you? She whispered. Dominik was about to respond when Finn interrupted. It's sufficient. The game you're now playing is over. A laugh escaped Liv's lips. Finn. Oh, Finn. No, this isn't a toy. Oh my goodness. This is legit. And Dom will notice it, at some point. She winked, then lowered the microphone and strode away, leaving the Day of Judgment to mull over her remarks. Third chapter. Repercussions. Didi was pacing backstage. He was mentally confused. He had devoted months to demonstrating his worth to Rhea and the Day of Judgment. On the other hand, Liv was right. His whole life, he had felt like an outsider, a rebel. She had changed her offer to him now. Some kind of intimate. Along with Finn and Damian, Rhea burst into the room. She insisted on knowing. What was that out there? Dominik hung his head. I am uncertain. She was not asked to do it by me. However, you also failed to silence her, Finn said. Rhea averted her gaze. Listen, Dom. We invited you inside. With our help, you improved. Keep your cool and don't let Liv Morgan influence you. Ouch. Dominik let out a big breath. This is what I must ponder this. Eyes of Rhea became gloomy. Make sure you're thinking about the right things. 4. A perilous bond? Tensions continued to rise throughout the next weeks. Liv refused to go away. This includes not only Dominik's bouts, ringside, and Raw, but also portions from Judgment Day. Because it was unnecessary, she never directly confronted them. She was the very embodiment of disorder. After a particularly intense tag bout, Dominik returned to find Liv waiting for him backstage. She made the observation that you are still struggling. Dominik groaned. I don't know what you want from me. Please, I beg you, see the reality. You are unnecessary, Dom. Their goal is to take advantage of you. Here you are. I understand the feeling of standing up for a cause greater than oneself. And I also know that, at your core, you want the same thing. Dominik hung his head. A new road appeared before him for the very first time. A way forward where he wasn't only an ally to the Day of Judgment. A way forward where he and Liv could face the world head on. He got to decide. Section 5. Will it be betrayal or destiny? Judgment Day stood tall in the ring the next week on Raw, clamoring for a response. There was an air of preparedness about Rhea. They were on edge. Finn and Damien. Afterwards, Liv's song resounded. She had company when she stepped out. By her side stood Dominik. A mass psychosis ensued. An angry screech ensued, with gasps, applause, and boos all mingling together. Her hands were tightly clasped into fists, but Rhea's expression remained impassive. Dom, tell me this is a joke. Dominik swallowed forcefully, but remained unmoved. I've had enough of being used as a pawn. It's about time I decide things on my own. Even though Finn leaped, Dominik was prepared. With Liv standing at his side, a scuffle broke out. Judgment Day, enraged, stood outside the ring as the dust cleared. Standing towering within were Dominik and Liv. Smirking, Liv took up the microphone. Us against the world, right? A gentle smile gradually crept across Dominik's face as he nodded. Right. New allegiances were formed right before the eyes of the WWE Universe. A game changer, maybe.